I'm Sam from Cultaholic. It's Saturday, and that means it's time for a bumper edition of lovely wrestling news. Let's take a look at all the headlines. WWE have scrapped an unpopular gimmick. A top WWE superstar has revealed they are in their final full-time run with the company. And we take a look at the updated card of this weekend's Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. So yeah, WWE have scrapped an unpopular gimmick, and can you guess what it is? That's right, it's Shorty G. Last night on SmackDown, Shorty G was thoroughly trounced by Lars Sullivan before being interviewed by Kayla Braxton post-match. And in speaking to Kayla, he announced then and there that he quit, and it wouldn't be till later on in the show that we'd see him again when Adam Pearce went to have a word with him. He told Pearce that he's just sick of lying to people about how if you just believe in yourself and apply yourself hard enough, you can have everything that you want in life. He said that Shorty G, he's sick of being Shorty G, he's done with that. There's only one man that's good enough for the job, and that man is Chad Gable. I'm happy about this, to be quite honest, and I'm assuming that you lot are happy as well. Chad Gable is one of the most gifted, natural physical athletes WWE has in their employ, and just slapping the Shorty G stuff on him was just a little bit... It was a bit like JBL is poopy. It was just a bit, oh, that's a bit too far in the sort of childish direction. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with him here for sure, but I can't help but feel that it's somehow linked to something else that's happened recently. Austin Theory also went through a similar situation on this week's NXT. He was absolutely mauled by Bronson Reed, and then later on in the show, he's getting into a car in the car park. The cameras are like, what you doing? He's just like, I quit. And that was it. I feel that we may have forgotten how good a wrestler Gable is, especially how good a tag team wrestler he is, but it could be interesting to see what happens here if they do introduce Theory into this and they sort of make them a tag team. I think in terms of their wrestling styles, they could complement each other quite nicely. I don't know if they'd go full bore and, make it American Alpha 2.0, but I'm kind of okay with them making it American Alpha 2.0 because I just loved American Alpha. But that is all we know about the situation for now. Stay tuned to our news videos and we'll make sure to be giving you regular updates about the situation as it progresses. Peeking over the fence now to the other side and AEW, and following the recent news of Phoenix's injury and following the horrible situation in which Alex Reynolds was sort of left unattended, knocked out in the middle of a match, and it was very difficult to watch, there has been news of another serious injury in the AEW camp. Abaddon, the most terrifying woman to ever lace up a pair of boots. Oh my god, if you've never seen her, just Google her and you will have nightmares for days. She reportedly suffered a serious injury in a match against Tay Conti at this Thursday's Dynamite tapings. We don't know the full extent of the injury, we don't know the circumstances surrounding it, but we do know that it is serious and Abaddon is expected to make a full recovery. It has been stated that the match ended abruptly and that it won't be making it to air, which makes a lot of sense. Nobody wants to watch somebody go through so much pain like that, but we're just sending all of our positive thoughts and well wishes to Abaddon from over here at Cultaholic. If a living dead girl even needs well wishes, I don't even know, maybe she'd just chew our arms off or something if we got too close to her, but hope she returns soon, fully healthy and ready to go again. The other thing to note here as well is please don't be one of those people where, they go online and it's like, oh, Tay Conti isn't safe, and it's like, we don't know the full circumstances surrounding this. It may have had something to do with Conti, it may not have done, it could have been a complete freak accident, we don't know. So don't be going online, don't be one of those people, because you know for a fact people are already doing it. And now for a bit of shocking but not entirely surprising news in the fact that Daniel Bryan has stated that this is his final full-time WWE run. So appearing on Talking Smack last night, he said the following, I haven't said anything about this, but in my mind, this is kind of my last run. You know what I mean? It's my last run as a full-time superstar. It's not really a scoop. I think you can feel it even in just the way that I approach things and the way that my mentality is as far as my view towards younger people and all that kind of stuff. When I do this, as I'm doing this last run, my thing isn't like I've got to prove to everybody that I'm the best. When I'm out there, I'm proving things to myself, and I want things better for the younger talent. Now, it's sad, but as I said, it's not thoroughly unexpected. We're so lucky that we even got him back for a single match, and that blossomed into the whole situation with him, like the new Daniel Bryan, the wooden title, dropping it to Kofi, his mini feud with The Fiend, with Miz sort of like his nemesis, like looking out for him. Everything that sort of blossomed out of this return has just been great. But his history of concussions is very well known to the WWE universe, and when you partner that up with the fact that, You know, every time he wrestles, he is putting his life on the line. He has a very young family. He probably wants to be able to be an active father and an active part of that family. It makes sense that he'd be moving down to a part-time schedule. His contract apparently expires next year, so I'm sure we'll see a lot of work for Bryan in the build-up to that, and then it'll just be sort of every now and then he'll come back for a bit of a feud. It's not like we're losing him forever, but, you know, he does have to wind down at some point. But just before we move on to the final topic, got a cheeky Saturday question for you. Well, it's technically two. What is your favourite moment of Daniel Bryan's entire career? And what's your favourite moment of Daniel Bryan's return? Because the guy's been at the centre of so many amazing angles and storylines and matches that I think there's just so many to choose from that everybody will have different answers. So let me know what you guys think below, and I will like a few of them. I'll have a look through. It'll be interesting to have a read. And finally, before I go, it's Hell in a Cell on Sunday, so you know what that means. Let's take a look at the card. We have 5 matches confirmed so far, and we're going to kick off this little rundown with Otis versus The Miz for the Money in the Bank contract. Now, I genuinely think they're finally going to take the case from Otis here, but I don't think that'll be the end of it. Morrison has been sort of vying for the case too, back on SmackDown anyway. They were having like little moments where Morrison thought both of their names were on the contract and Miz had only put his on the contract for the lawyer and stuff like that. And I think that little bit of tension is going to mount between them to the point where maybe somewhere down the line Morrison's going to take that case from him. They're going to bicker a lot and go back and forth and not going to use it. And then Otis will come back in and somehow get his case back. So yeah, we've probably got another couple months back and forward with Morrison, Miz and Otis over the briefcase, unless of course Miz wins it and cashes in, but I just don't know where he would do that on the card. I don't think he's stupid enough to go after Reigns, but I guess we'll find out. It's quite hard to predict this one because it's sort of the jumping on point for the feud, so it can go either way, but I guess if they are wanting to extend it, maybe Elias will emerge the victor. Then we have Bayley versus Sasha for the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship inside the cell, and this, I think, is going to quietly steal the night. The work that both of these women have been doing in the build-up to this has been utterly insane. The delivery on the promos, the aggression from Sasha, the likes of which we've never seen before. Bayley running scared. Like, this is going to be a hell of a match, and I just can't shake the feeling that Bayley's somehow gonna retain the title via nefarious means, because it's the cell, isn't it? And anything goes in the cell, so if Bayley just wants to go pay people a load of money to come and save her ass, she could probably do that and get away with it. So who do you guys think is going to win this one? Let me know below. Then we've got Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton for the WWE Championship inside the cell, and I thought Randy would have had the belt by now, to be honest. I think we were all expecting it to happen at Clash in the ambulance match, but Randy is persisting with this, so I think this may be the night where he finally does it. On the side though, these two blokes inside the cell, this is going to be an absolute barn burner. And finally, we have Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso in Hell in a Cell, I Quit, stipulation-y, result-y, consequence-y match. And finally, we have Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso in an I Quit Hell in a Cell match for the first time, and also, there will be consequences. So the build-up for this one has been unlike anything either of these guys have done before. It has been the highlight of my week every single week since it started, and yeah, there are consequences. So as revealed last night by Roman Reigns, if Jey loses, he will have to take orders from Roman and respect what Roman has done for him and his family, while formally acknowledging him as tribal chief. If he fails to do so, then both Usos, their wives, children, and future generations will be cast out of the family. Now, Roman's going over here all day, but whoo, this is gonna turn into something incredible. So what do you guys think of the Hell in a Cell card? What else do you think is going to be added? Let me know in the comments below. But that has been your weekend bumper edition of Wrestling News. I've been Sam. Stay tuned for Graded. Apologies if this went out late. Apologies if Graded goes out late. You know what I'm bloody like. Right, stay safe. See you soon. Oh, completely forgot to mention this as well. We're doing all of our usual content around Hell in a Cell this weekend. But as an added bonus, we've also got Adam streaming Bound for Glory tonight. He'll be streaming Hell in a Cell tomorrow. We will have What Happened Out. We've got predictions coming up just a little bit later on. And, oh God, is it going to be a bad one for either me or Adam this time round? But yeah, for like the 48th time today, stay safe and I'll see you soon.